Hello and welcome. Today we'll be doing an Ashtanga Yoga Flow. If you're not familiar with Ashtanga Yoga, this would be a more intermediate class. However, feel free to give it a try and do as much as you can. Let's start at the top of our mats, grounding ourselves, letting go of anything and everything that we're holding. Take nice deep breaths here. Let go of any emotions. Let go of any worries. Bring your hands all the way up and bend down for a forward bend. Look ahead of you. Step back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Take nice deep breaths here. Relax the back of your hamstrings. Feel your back elongating. If your heels are not touching the ground, relax a little more. Jump or walk back to the front of your mat. Lift your hands all the way up and bring them to your heart center. Salute the sun. Bow down. Look ahead of you and step or walk back to Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Take nice deep breaths for 1, 2, inhale and exhale, 3, 4, nice deep long inhalations, nice deep long exhalations. Jump or walk to the front of your mat. Look ahead of you, bow down and lift all the way up. Salute the sun. Bring your hands to your chest. Lower down for forward bend. Look ahead of you and walk or step back to Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. For 1, inhale, exhale, 2, inhale, exhale, 3, inhale, exhale, 4, and 5. Look ahead of you and step or jump to the front of your mat. Look up, lower yourself down, forward bend, and all the way up. Ground yourself here and bow down again. Lower your head down, look ahead of you, and jump back one more time. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Chaturanga, downward facing dog. Relax here. Feel the back of your hamstrings elongating. Engage your abdomen. Stretch through the back of your shoulders. Look between your legs, or if you can, at your belly button and jump ahead in front of you. Look up, lower yourself down, and all the way up, salute the sun. One more time. Bow down. Look ahead of you and jump or step back to Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. For 1, inhale, 2, exhale, 3, nice deep inhalations, Nice deep exhalations. And 5. Walk or jump back to the front of your mat. From here, sit in chair pose all the way down, bow your head, look ahead of you, jump back, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, lift your right leg up, step it in front of you, mat, and chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, lift the left leg up, step it in front of your mat, all the way up, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Now you take 5 nice deep inhalations and exhalations. Work with your breath here. Relax the body. Get into your practice. Let go of anything you may be holding. This is the time to connect with your body and your mind. And to look ahead of you, step or jump to the front of your mat. Look up, bow down, chair pose again, and stand all the way up. Let's do that 4 more times. Chair pose, bow down, head goes all the way down. Look ahead of you, step or jump back to chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up, place it in front of your mat, hands go all the way up, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up, step it in front of you, nice deep lunge, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. We're warming up the body, getting it ready for all of the asanas that we're going to do. Take your time here. Connect with your breath. It's what keeps you moving. Relax your body, relax into the asana. Nice deep inhalation and exhalations. Jump in front of you, look ahead, bow down and chair pose. 1 more time. All the way up. Chair pose again. Bow down, forward bend, look ahead of you, jump back, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up and step it in front of you. Nice deep exhalations. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up, step it in front of you. All the way up, high lunge, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And taking 5 nice deep inhalations and exhalations. Work with your breath. Follow your own breath. This is the time to give your body relaxation and connection through your mind. Relax here. Look at your belly button or in between your legs. And look ahead of you. Step forward or walk forward. Forward bend. Chair pose, and stand all the way up. 1 more time. Chair pose, forward bend, look ahead of you, step or jump back, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up, step it in front of you. And chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up, step it in front. High lunge, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. You don't have to go as fast as I'm going. Relax into your own breath. Let your breath lead you here. Connect you to your thoughts. Let go of everything you may be holding. Relax your shoulders. Relax your hands. Look in front of you and jump up. Forward bend. Bend from your knees. Chair pose. And relax one more time. Chair pose. Forward bend. Look ahead of you. Step or jump back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up. Step it in front of you. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up. Step it in front. High lunge. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog for 5 breaths. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. And look in front of you. Step or jump back. Forward bend. And take chair pose one more time. Ground yourself here. Bend all the way down. Take your big toes and lower your head down. Relax from the back of your hamstrings. Relax your torso. Put all the weight in front of your toes. Engage abundance here. Relax your head and look ahead of you. Place your hands underneath your feet. Look ahead of you and look down when you're ready. You can look in between your knees. Take 5 deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Look ahead of you and place your hands on your hips and then lift up. From here, step your right leg to the back of your mat for triangle. Hold your toe, if you can, your big toe, and look all the way up at your left hand. If that's not possible or available right now, you can hold to your shin or your knee and look up at your left hand. Relax into the pose. Look down and switch sides. Left hand holds the big toe. Right hand points up. Look up for an extra challenge. Engage your abdomen here. Reach through the opposite ends in your hands. Look all the way up. Twist from your torso and look down. Stand all the way up. Look to the back to your mat and reverse triangle. Place your right hand by your right foot and look all the way up at your left hand. If this is not available, you can place your hand in the inside of your foot and look up that way. Again, twist your torso and all the way up, switch sides. Right hand comes by the left foot, look up with your eyes, your gaze is following your hand all the way up. Feel the twisting movement in your torso. This is a great detoxifier pose. And all the way up. Square your hips and relax. Take a nice deep breath here. Inhale and exhale. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Place your right hand by your knee and extend your left arm right in front of you. Look at your fingertips. Feel the stretch in your legs. Feel the stretch in your obliques and your hamstrings here. Square your hips and let's switch. Left hand comes by the left knee. Your armpit is underneath your left knee. Your hand is all the way down by your left foot. You're looking at your right arm stretched in front of you. Elongate your spine here. One straight line from your spine all the way to the top of your head. And square your hips. Go ahead and turn. Place your left hand by your right foot here. And look at your right hand. Extend through your obliques here. Feel the stretch in your legs. Look at your middle fingers. Nice deep breaths. And let's go ahead and switch sides. Right hand comes next to your left foot. Extend your left arm all the way out in front of you and look up. Or you can look up at your fingertips. Feel the rotation in your torso here. Take your time. Let's go ahead and square our hips and step to the front of our mat. Open your legs wide again. Extend your arms out. Place them on your hips and lower your head down for 5 breaths. 1, 2, inhale, exhale. 3, inhale, exhale. 4, inhale, exhale. 5, inhale, exhale, and look up. Lift your torso all the way up. Extend your arms out on the side. Place them behind your back and release your fingers if possible. And lower your head down. If possible and available, you can place your hands all the way down the mat or in front of you. Feel your hamstrings relaxing here. Stretching your back, your shoulders. Look up. Bring your torso all the way up. Hands on the side. Place them all the way down. Grab a hold of your big toes and relax your head. 1, 2, inhale, exhale. 3, inhale, exhale. 4, deep inhalations, deep exhalations. 5, look ahead of you. Place your hands on your hips and lift yourself all the way up. Hands come to the side, place them down, and you can either place them in between your legs and get a deeper stretch, or you can go ahead and try a headstand here. Lift them all the way up. Play around with your headstands. I always find it really fun to be able to play around and lift my legs up and around and just see where your body holds tension and let go of it. When you're ready, lower down. Look ahead of you. Place your hands on your hips and lift your torso all the way up. Square your hips and step to the front of your mat. Ground yourself here. Lift your right leg up and place it all the way high on your left leg. If you're able to, reach with your right hand and grab your toes. Lower all the way down. Place your left hand closer to your left foot and lower down. Feel your hips and your hamstrings releasing any tension that you may have. We hold a lot of tension in our hips. Look all the way up and place your right foot down. Switch sides, left leg up. Place it on top of your right hip if possible, or walk it up your leg. Hold your left toe with your left hand and lower all the way down. Look at your shins. Feel the tension being released from your hips. Take nice deep breaths and look ahead of you. Stand all the way up. Take your time here and place your feet together. From here, let's take chair pose. Lower down. Look ahead of you and jump or walk to chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Look ahead of you and step or jump for a chair pose. Lower down here. Engage your legs. Engage your abdomen. Take nice deep breaths. Relax into your pose. And forward bend. Look ahead of you and walk or jump back to chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up. Step it in front of you. Or warrior one. For one. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. And 5. Pivot to the back of your mat for warrior one on the other side. Relax into your warrior. Deepen it. Look straight ahead of you. Take nice deep breaths here. Get in a little bit deeper. Here, extend your arms all the way out in front for warrior two. Tuck your hips under, your pelvis under a little bit if possible. Look at your fingertips right in front of you, a couple of inches in front of you. And let's go ahead and switch sides. Warrior two on the other side. Nice deep inhalations and exhalations here. Follow your breath. From here, bring your hands all the way down. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Chaturanga, downward facing dog. And when you're ready, you can either jump or step to the front of your mat. Place your hands by your hips and lower your chin down. Engage your abdomen. Engage your legs. Press down through all 5 of your fingertips. And you can either jump or walk back. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump or walk to the front of your mat and bring your right leg back. Hold your left foot, and you can either hold it here or interlace your fingers or hold your wrist for 5 breaths. Look ahead of you, or you can lower your head down to your shin bone if that's available. Look up and jump or walk back to Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. One more time, let's jump or sit in front of our mat. Place your left leg behind you, bend it at the knee, look up in front of you or down at your shin bone. Switch your hand placement and hold your foot, or you interlace your fingers or hold your wrist here. Wherever you are, look ahead of you. And let's go ahead and jump or float back to Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump or walk to seated again. Bring your left leg on top of your right leg. Look ahead of you and lower down. You can interlace your fingers, or you can hold your wrist here. Relax, engage your bandhas. Take nice deep breaths, and when you're ready, look up. Jump all the way back to Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump up to seated again. Right leg is bent. Place it all the way up on your left leg as far back as you can. It's a great abdominal massage if you can get your heel really tucked into your abdomen. It's a great detoxifying pose. And you can look up past your foot or lower your head down to your shins. Look up and jump back, Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Walk or jump to seated. Left leg comes all the way up to your right leg. Bend your right leg and interlace your fingers. So your right hand is going to come all the way around your right leg, and your left hand is going to reach for the right hand. You can look in front of you or lower down, head all the way down. Engage your bandhas in this pose. Look ahead of you and jump or walk back to Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump or walk back to seated. Right leg comes all the way up on your left leg. Left arm goes all the way around your left leg that is bent, and your right arm is trying to reach for the left one. If you can, interlace your fingers here or hold your wrist. And relax your head all the way down. When you're ready, you can look up in front of you and jump or walk back to Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump or walk back to seated. Right leg comes up, bend your right leg, and your right arm is going to go around your right leg. Left arm is going to reach your right arm, and you're either going to hold and interlace your fingers, or if you're available, hold your wrist. Look ahead of you or place your head all the way down. Flex your toe, feel the back of your hamstrings engaging and elongating. Look ahead of you and jump or walk back to chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step or walk back to seated. Left leg is bent, left arm comes all the way around your left leg. Right arm grabs a hold of the left. You can interlace your fingers or hold your wrist. Lower your head down. Flex your right toes all the way up to the ceiling and relax. From here, walk or jump back to chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump to the front of your mat to seated. Your left leg comes all the way up on top of your right. Right leg is bent. Left arm comes around your right leg. And if possible, interlace your fingers or hold your wrist. Look all the way back in the back of your room. Engage your bandhas here. Feel the nice deep stretch throughout your body. Look ahead of you. Walk or jump back to chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump or walk to seated. Right leg bends on top of the left leg. Walk your right hand all the way back around your left leg and interlace your fingers at the back. Your gaze is in the back of your room. Your bandhas is engaged here. Work on stability and look ahead of you. Jump back to chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step or jump to seated. Left leg is on top of your right leg, and go ahead and relax your torso on top of your right leg. Right leg is extended here, toes are pointed all the way up to the ceiling, and you can hold your wrist or interlace your fingers. Deep inhalations and exhalations. Look all the way up, jump back. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump up, left leg comes all the way up and lower down. Relax your torso. Relax your hamstrings. Feel the stretch deepening, and you can always deepen the stretch by holding on to your hands a little bit differently. Walk back, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump to seated in front of you. Bend the left leg and reach in front of you. Your left leg is all the way up at your right leg and place it down. Such a deep, great hip opener here. Feel your body opening and look up. Jump or walk back to chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And let's switch sides. Jump through to seated. Right leg is bent. Place it all the way up high in your left inner thigh. Look up or all the way down at your shin. Interlace your fingers around your foot or hold your wrist. And relax into the position. Switch and look ahead of you. Jump back, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump through to seated one more time. Bend the right leg and place it underneath your sit bones. And relax your torso. Feel the deepening and the stretch in your left hamstrings here. When you're ready, look up and walk or jump back to chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump through to seated. Left foot comes underneath the sit bones. Right leg is extended. Toes are pointing all the way up to the ceiling. Relax your torso on top of your right leg. Feel your hamstrings. Deepening the stretch here. Take nice deep breaths. Look up and jump or walk back to chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump through to seated. Left leg comes all the way up at your right inner thigh. Your left toes are pointing down. They're flexed on the ground, and your left heel is all the way up in your inner thigh. Hold your right leg, extend and deepen to stretch. Walk or jump through chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump through to seated. Right foot comes on the inside of your inner left thigh. Your toes are pointing all the way down. Flex to the ground. Your heel is all the way up. And lower yourself down. Interlace your fingers or hold your wrists around your foot here. Look straight ahead of you or lower your head down. And walk or jump through chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump through to seated one more time and lower yourself all the way down. Bring your legs towards the back of your mat. Extend your legs. Open them up a little bit and hold your big toes here. Feel your lower back relaxing, extending, and if possible, walk your feet back a little bit more for a deeper stretch. Engage your bandhas. And rock yourself forward, holding your big toes here. It's such a fun position to do. I love the rocking portion of it. Take nice deep breaths. Relax into the pose. Feel the stretching of your inner thighs. And jump through chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. One more time, jump through to seated, lower yourself all the way down, bring your legs towards the back of your mat, extend your hands on the ground, and now go ahead and hold your big toes. Your feet are together here, deepening the stretch. Engage your bandhas. and rock yourself forward. This time your feet are together, so we're engaging your abdomen, your lower abdomen, just a little bit more. Stretch to the back of your hamstrings. And pulling those toes a little bit towards your face. From here, grab the outside of your feet and tighten the pose a little bit more if possible. If not, stay holding your toes for a couple of more breaths. Bend at the elbows, bring your legs closer to you and jump back, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump through the seat at one more time and lower yourself down. Bring your legs over your head. Interlace your fingers if possible. Walk your feet back a little bit more for an additional stretch. You can rock your hips in order to do that, or just walk your toes towards the back of your room. Feel your lower back releasing, your throat, and lift your legs all the way up. And you can support your lower back with your hands here if needed. Your hands can be on the ground, or you can place them on top of your thighs. Wherever you are, stay true to your practice and experiment. See if you can achieve something different today. See how your body feels. And play around. It's always so much fun to play around with your body and explore new limits that you may have set for yourself unknowingly. Lower your legs down and bend them at the knees if possible. Bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, place your shin bones on the mat, and hold your ears really tight with your knees. Such a deep, great stretch. Take nice, deep breaths. Relax your body. Lift your legs up in lotus. If not, you can stay in any of the previous variations. Play around with this pose. You can just have one leg in lotus position or both of them. If that feels comfortable, then lower both of your legs all the way down toward your head and interlace your fingers together. Put your hands around your knees and pull a little bit closer. Rock yourself all the way up in lotus position here. Place your hands down and wrap them around, or you can place them and rock back 9 times. You can place your hands in between your knees if possible and hold your hands together that way, or you can have your hands interlaced around your knees, whichever way feels more comfortable for you. Once you're done rocking around 9 times, you should end up where you started, in front of your mat. And go ahead and place your hands on the ground. Lift up, downward facing dog. Jump through the seated, lay all the way down. And if bridge pose is in your practice, go ahead and lift up. Feel your back stretching. Your feet are parallel to one another. Your knees are facing the front of your room. And relax. Get tighter if needed. And lift up again. You can play around with this. You can place your feet in front of you, have them touching together, extend through your knees, your hamstrings, your legs being straight, or you can stay in a wheel pose, whichever one feels comfortable for you. Bring it down and rock back and forth just a few times if you need to. Let's jump back, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, and jump through to seated. Extend your legs in a straddle position and hold your big toes. Lower your torso down. Take deep breaths here. Relax your hamstrings, relax your hands. Engage your bandhas. Once you're ready, look up and jump back to chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump through to seated. Lay all the way back down. Lift your left leg up and bring it close to your torso or your chest, wherever you are today. Place your right hand on top of your right leg. Point or flex the toe and pull down a little bit. You can relax your left leg and bring it out to the side. To get a little bit tighter, you can pull on your toe, bring your leg closer to you, and lift up one more time. Bring your head to your leg and switch sides. Right leg comes up, left hand is on the left leg, right hand is pulling on the right toe. Bring it as close as comfortable for you. Feel the nice deep stretch in the back of your hamstrings. Place your head down and bring your right leg to the side. Feel the stretch in your right oblique and bring it closer to you if possible for a nice deeper stretch. From here, bring your right leg to your chin and relax down. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Jump through to seated in butterfly. If you need to, relax your torso on top of your legs. Feel the extension through your hips. Feel your hips releasing any tension that you may still be holding. Let go of all that you may still be holding. Tighten your butterfly a little bit if needed. Bring your feet closer to your inner thighs. You can look up or place your head all the way down. Look up and walk your feet back. Let's get ready for headstands if that is in your practice. If not, you can go ahead and relax with a child's pose and get ready for your Shavasana. If you are in a headstand, you can play around with any variation here. I always love balancing and playing around. It doesn't matter if you're shaking. It doesn't matter if you're not steady. Play around with your body and see what you can achieve today. If you want to, you can go ahead and lower your legs down with each breath. See where you can get to, and then bring your legs all the way up. You can open your legs and straddle. See how that feels for your body. Twist your legs around and splits. Play around butterflies. Make it your own practice. Make it fun. Test your limits and your boundaries. Don't get stagnated in old beliefs. You can do anything you set your mind and your breath to. And when you're ready, bring it all the way down to child's pose. Take nice deep breaths here. Let go of anything you may still be holding on, and let's get ready for our last and final pose. My favorite asana. Lay all the way down. Spread your legs to the side, let them fall to the side. Relax your legs, relax your toes, relax your ankles, relax your knees, relax your hamstrings, relax your hips, relax your abdomen, relax your chest. Let go of any tension you may be holding in your shoulders, your arms, your wrists, in each one of your fingers. Relax your neck, relax your head, relax your ears and your face, relax your nose. Place the tip of your tongue all the way up on the roof of your mouth and take nice, long, deep breaths. Contemplate on anything that you may have still be holding on to and let it all go in the last few minutes of your practice. This is the time for you to reconnect and let go.